Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in, and today we are talking about the spell Spike Growth. I am giving this spell an A. I love this spell. It is one of my favorites, and it can be detrimental and devastating to enemies in combat. All right, so Spike Growth is a second level spell that is usable by druids, rangers, nature domain clerics, Circle of the Land, Arctic and Mountain Druids, and the Genie Warlocks. I'm not sure where they get that one from for the Genie Warlock. But, you know, c'est la vie, it is what it is, and it's there. It is usable by Genie Warlock. So it's usable by quite a few different classes. If you're a ranger or a druid, you definitely should be taking this. And you absolutely should be taking this and scanning your party to see if anybody in your party has forced movement. This spell works great with forced movement. All right, so it takes one action to cast. It has a range of 150 feet, which is massive. It affects a 20-foot radius, which is also massive. It's verbal, somatic, and material not great. It lasts for 10 minutes, which means it lasts forever. It's a concentration spell, and yes, you do want to concentrate on this spell. So, on the ground, at a point in a 20-foot radius, 150 feet away, the ground twists and sprouts, spikes and thorns. The area is difficult terrain, which affects movement. I have yet to see if difficult terrain, it affects speed. It doesn't necessarily affect forced movement, because forced movement is not voluntary movement that is tied to a creature's base speed. So difficult terrain is, for every foot you go through it, it costs 2 feet of speed. And then when the creature moves into it, so whenever they move into it, they're going to take damage, or whenever they move within it, they're going to take damage. They 2d4 piercing damage for every 5 feet that it travels through the area. So if it starts on one end and it moves all the way to the other end, that's 40 feet of movement. It's going to take 8d4 damage. So the transformation's also camouflaged. So any creature that can't see the area at the time the spell is cast. So if you cast this and you're concentrating on it before creatures start moving, they have no idea it's there. So if they can't see the area at the time, it must make a wisdom perception check against the spell's DC to recognize the terrain as hazardous. And what I do is I normally use creatures' passive perception to see if they notice it. So if they don't know that the spell has been cast, they can't see the area at the time the spell is cast. They have no idea it's there, and then they start moving through it. Then they know it's there. So as soon as they move 5 feet, they know it is. They're not moving 5 feet, they're moving 10 feet, and they know they're going to take some damage, and they're going to know it's there. So like I said, this spell is the best when it is cast in conjunction with party members who can force movement, pull or push, thunder waves, any of the fighter feats like crusher feat, the Thorn Whip spell that pulls things. All of that stuff is fair game for this, and it's going to trigger damage on these things. Another great thing that you could cast with this spell is anything that's going to lock the target within the spike growth. Black tentacles, web, things like that. They're gonna lock things within this, and they're not going to be able to get out of it. And you can still force movement things through those effects as well. So all in all, this is a great spell. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment.